Hi, I'm Mr. Marketology, the smartest working man in grow business. And I tell my clients you don't have a revenue problem, you have a strategy problem. And I can help you solve that. And today I want to help solve this problem for my accountants and CPAs. So most accountants and CPAs, they have a traditional way of marketing. They're either doing calls or they're doing traditional offline marketing, such as television ads and radio ads and flyers and direct mail and so forth, or they're doing online digital ads, such as Facebook ads, Google ads, maybe buying a spot on somebody's email list or buying a spot on somebody's online publication or website with banner ads and things of that nature. So they're doing that, or they're doing SEO, wanting to be found on Google on the first page or other citation sites like Yelp and so forth and so on. So they do this traditional um, advertising, and they send people to their website and basically hope that somebody fills out either their contact form or gives them a call. That's the traditional way. Some of the challenges would be the costs for these ads start to get very expensive. The return doesn't return the type of money that they need to sustain it. Or another thing that happens, the time with spending on tire kickers, their assistants spending talking to tire kickers that call in, ask a lot of questions, but don't ever really do business with the firm. So those are three of the real challenges that a lot of accountants find that I'm looking at helping you overcome with these couple of strategies that we're going to talk about today. Now, there's a lot of other strategies we can implement, and if we talk on a one-on-one basis through a marketing assessment, I can start to evaluate your company and your audience and find the best way to get in front of them for your firm. But I'm going to give you just a good bird's eye view of a couple of different strategies that you can look at using and show you the numbers, because I'm all about the data. I'm all about the numbers. As you are being an accountant, you're not looking at being fed a myth, but you want to see what the numbers look like. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Okay, so this is a blueprint or a map of a traditional lead flow from the time you acquire a lead to the time that you actually close them as a client. So first of all, we'll use the traditional digital marketing aspect where you're using Facebook ads or Google ads and SEO. Those are the three. And let's say all three are bringing in 1,000 visitors to your website per month. That's what we're going by. And we're going to go by the benchmark cost per click scenario. So this is not based on yours being optimized. This is just across the industry. This is what the average cost per click per platform will be. So you send them to your website. All right. So you spent the money advertising. You got them to your website. Next thing, as they go to your website, most accounting firms' websites talk about the firm. They talk about the accountant. They talk about the history, how long you've been in business, what type of services you provide, how that has helped certain clients, but you may have a couple of testimonials, but most of it is copy talking about you and what you do. Most visitors, they want to know what's in it for them. How are you helping them? That's what they care about. So that being the case, they're looking at, okay, so you've been doing this, you know a little bit about, finances. How can you help me? All right. So out of that, you're looking at converting those into people that will either fill out your email form or they'll make a phone call, and some that are nearby may come by and visit the office. So out of that, we're sending them to your email or we're sending them to the phones, and we're hoping that we're communicating with them based on them making their first step, showing, hey, I'm raising my hand. I'm looking for somebody to help me. All right. So out of that, ask yourself, how many of those phone calls are you really getting per week or per day? How many of those are you getting? And they're only calling you when they're really kind of at the point where they either doing their research and almost ready to pull the trigger, or they're pulling the trigger. Now, what's the value that you bring? What makes you the obvious choice compared to your competitors? Most of the time, it'll come down to availability and price, to be honest. Can you get to me soon? And are you the most affordable? Now, that's a hard one to win, because now you're giving them the opportunity to call all your other competitors and basically rate you on that. You haven't built value yet. They're just kind of purchasing you like a product. It's hey, okay, you're the cheapest or you're the most available. I'll go with you, but I'm going to dictate this relationship. I'm going to dictate how you service me and hold over your head that the only reason I'm choosing you is because you are the most affordable or the most available one for me. Now, that's not giving you the upper hand. So I want to show you how to get the upper hand with that. So now they've contacted you. You've got them on your calendar. You have your meeting. And then those that are a good fit, you close, you send them your invoice and billing. They start doing business with you. So that's the traditional model. Now, let's go back to what we talked about before. We talked about you have 1,000 per channel. So that's 3,000 coming in. And let's just go with the average product price or service price of, let's just round up $500. We're going to simulate what this looks like in a month. So in a month, you're looking at bringing in about $7,000, right? Your traffic brought in 3,000 people, but you spent in ads and marketing $7,917.20, showing you in the red. You're actually losing money every month, about $917. That's just the traditional way. And now you're looking at throwing bad money on good money to try to salvage that. So let me give you scenario 2. Scenario 2 introduces you to the funnel. Now, I know you've heard a lot about funnels. You probably heard online, many people talking about funnels and so forth. But there are several types of funnels. There's website funnels, there's chatbot funnels, messenger funnels, SMS funnels. There's several types. We'll use the traditional for this scenario. So once again, you're bringing them in from Facebook, Google, and SEO. All right. We're just using that for this scenario right now. Your situation may be different. We dial into your audience and find out where they go to find out the best places to get in front of them. But for this case study, we will talk about the traditional Facebook, SEO, and Google ads. All right. You're bringing in the same amount of people. So the same 1,000 per channel. So same 3,000 people. And you're sending them to your website and some people to your funnel. Now, what does the funnel offer that your website doesn't? Well, first of all, your funnel offers it focuses on the need of the visitor. So it talks about one pain point that you solve. And if they exchange their information and permission for you to contact them, you will provide them with something that will help them solve that need. That may be an ebook, it may be a talk, it may be a video, it may be several different things. You can offer them a calculator, several different things, right? But it provides them something of value in exchange for that one problem that they say that they have. Now, can you have several different funnels? Yes, you can. Different problems. One may be in bookkeeping, one may be in tax returns, whatever be the case. You can have a funnel for that specific problem. Now, going through the website, we do the traditional. You go to the website, They fill out the form, right? They get on the phone. You make the appointment. You hold the appointment. You close them. All right. Going through the funnel, the only difference is they put in their information. You provide them with the value that you said you provide in exchange for their permission to contact them. You go to a thank you page. Now, a lot of firms have a thank you page that's just an ordinary thank you page. What I advise with my clients would be leverage your thank you page as a confidence page, a confidence building page. This is a page that you want to add value. You want to communicate with them, adding more value that you are the clear choice for them. And it's not based on price. It's not based on availability. It's based on you are the most qualified accountant or CPA for that particular need. That's what we leverage with the thank you page. All right. From there, they get into an email sequence. This email sequence is not just a newsletter. A lot of accountants just have newsletters. And just like you probably have a lot of emails that come into your inbox and a lot of newsletters that you either put in the spam, put in the trash, or put in the read later folder and never get around to. Because they're like, okay, I already know it's just going to be a bunch of information about them or a bunch of information that's in their industry spoken in a way that may not apply to me at the moment. But with these emails, they speak to the need of the actual visitor at the time. And in the series, they walk them down a progressive stage to make this appointment. So by the time they make the appointment, they're educated, informed, and very eager to do business with you because you built that value. You built the confidence. You know, a lot of times people will come to your website and they're not ready yet. They're not really ready just yet. But with this, you keep nurturing them until they are ready. So by the time they get on the phone with you, they're pretty sold on it. You have to kind of mess it up in order for you not to get the business. So they're pretty confident. You're on their short list. You may be one of two or one of three, but you're very much on their short list. And it's not based on who has the best price or who's the most available. So then they go to schedule the appointment, have the meeting, close the deal. All right. So this is that scenario. So let's simulate what that would look like if you were to add in funnels. All right. So you were to add in funnels, you're looking at your return being $9,000, same 3,000 people came in. You spent a little bit more. You spent $7,976.40. But with the same price point of $500 for your service, you're looking at being in the black and making a profit of $1,024. So that's just one thing, adding in funnels that took you out of the red and put you in the black. So let's look at the third scenario. The third scenario is a little bit more complex, and we added in webinars. So same traffic sources, same 3 traffic sources, same amount of traffic, same cost per click. First thing we do, we send them to the website, right? We send them to a funnel, a landing page. We send them to a funnel, but then we also send them to a webinar based on topics that you know are of interest in your industry and are big concerns for your audience. So those are the 3 things we send them to. Now, anybody that comes to your website or comes to the landing page, they get retargeted with retargeting ads. And we can talk about retargeting ads on a call, but these ads, they go out to people that have already shown interest. They've already visited your site, right? They've already gotten in contact with you one way or another. So these ads usually are more than 50% less than your initial advertisement cost per click. So these ads, if your regular cost per click may be $1 per click, these will be around 25, 28 cent, 30 cent per click. So a lot cheaper, right? So we send whoever went to your website and your landing page, we send them an invitation to a webinar. So from the website, traditionally, website, contact form, phone call, set up a meeting, have the meeting, close the deal. Funnel, talking about their needs, customized confidence building thank you page, email sequence, to the phone call, to setting up the meeting, having the meeting, closing the deal. Now, retargeting ads, as well as your emails, sending them to the webinar. From the webinar, you hold the webinar. Those that don't register, you follow up with an email prompting them for the webinar. Once you hold the webinar, you send them straight to a calendar to set up a time. From that calendar, you hold the meeting, you close the deal. Now, let's look at the numbers. So we're going to simulate the numbers. You're looking at, just by adding that component, you're looking at a total of $74,000 that month. Same 300 people, same 3,000 people, right? You're now spending $9,940, $9,940, but you are profiting $64,100. And that's just from that. So let's look at all of this side by side, because I know that you're looking at, okay, these are simulated. What does it look like if we were to look at this side by side? So if we were to look at this completely side by side, you're looking at your lifetime value. Well, let's look at those first. Your average order value and lifetime value, still $500. So that hasn't changed. Your cost per click, right? Your cost per click, $2.40. That still hasn't changed. But your return on your ad spend went from 97 cents with the first scenario all the way to $10.26 when it comes to actually adding in the webinar. So it then bumped up from $97 all the way up to $10.26. All right. So what is your cost per acquisition? Your cost per acquisition then went from $515 all the way down to $48.72. So that's your cost per acquisition. Your cost per lead then went from $103 all the way down to $4.12. See how much money you saved just by that? And this is how much money has been left on the table. So you're looking at your revenue. Your revenue then went from $7,000 all the way to $74,000 in a month. That's how much money, just by adding that webinar and adding that landing page funnel component on. If you just did the funnel, you went up to $9,000. So you went up $2,000 basically. So that's just by, right, in revenue. That's how much money has been left on the table. If you're talking about profits, you went from in the red, a negative $917 up to over $1,000 to now $64,000 just by adding those components. And you can see over the year what it will bring you. So that's just changing your strategy a little bit. And like I said before, you don't have a revenue problem. This shows you don't have a revenue problem. You have a strategy problem, and I can help you solve that. So what I did was I actually have at the bottom a way that you can set up a marketing assessment, and we can go through your actual business and look at a strategy that fits you. Sure that you're spending a lot of money on ads, a lot of money on traffic, and you're getting the traffic, but you're leaving money on the table. You're spending a lot of time trying to figure out where the holes are, and I can help you figure that out, and I can help you turn that around. So once again, thank you for watching this. This has been one of my strategy sessions. I'm just showing you a couple of alternatives and ways that you can turn this around. And if you're interested in finding out exactly how to turn your business around and generate more business without spending a whole lot more extra money in advertisement, then feel free to go to the link at the bottom. And from there, you can definitely look at having an assessment, having a strategy built out for you that makes sense for you. All right. So thank you. Thank you all, and have a